What's up, guys? So, part two of the 7 habits of highly effective people. We'll learn about the first habit, be proactive. And it goes on to say that it's why we can learn from others' experiences, which, if you watch my last video, we're talking about self awareness. And it's keying in that self awareness is one of the reasons that we can learn from others people's experiences. And it's why we aren't animalistic. This is the thing, self-awareness is how we can take away the animalistic instincts of ourselves, right? It's also why we can handle or break habits too. We aren't our feelings, our moods, our thoughts. The very fact that we can think about these things separate us from them in the animal world and thinking. We are largely determined by conditions and conditioning, right? But those do not determine us. 3 theories of determination: genetic, like your grandparents; physic, your parents; and environmental, your boss, spouse, where you live, things of that nature. All based on stimulus and response theory, right? So between what happened to him or the stimulus and his responses to it was his freedom or power to choose that response. I wrote this down because in the book it talks about a man who is a psychiatrist and not a psychiatrist, but he's a teacher, and he's a psychology teacher, and he was a Jew who was in the camps. And while he was in the camps, even though he was getting tortured and even though he lost his family, he didn't allow that to take away his human dignity, man. He was able to take himself away and control his response. So when it says stimulus and response, that's where the freedom lies, right there in between. Yes, we are going to have a natural response to the habits that we built up, but you can take your step back from those responses, understand them, and attack it differently. This is part of self-awareness. So tune in for part 3 of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Be proactive. Habit 1. We're almost to the end of this, guys. Tune in.